Hi Virgo and Pisces, welcome to your new moon insight. So this Saturday we'll have a new moon happening at 28 degrees of Aries. And new moons are always a time of new beginnings, new seeds being planted, so you can have this really potential of a new cycle within a specific area of your life where you put your intentions to. And it's time of alignment with the message of the universe and the proposal of the universe for your own individual path and journey. So for you, in order for you to realize where this new specific new moon is happening for you, there's a lot of online free birth calculators. You just have to put out there your information, the date of birth, the hour, and the place, and immediately you'll have the natal chart drawing. So just check where the sign of Aries, the 28 degree specifically of Aries, in which house is falling. And so that house in which is falling can give you a lot of insight and information of the meaning that house specifically has for your own life and your own experiences and what you hope to achieve and begin within it. Um, so even if you don't have any planets on Aries, you'll still have um, the sign of Aries ruling some house of your natal chart. So just check it so you can have a lot of insight on this matter. But anyway, please also keep in mind that this insight is a general insight because an individual chart has many layers that can change the whole general reading. But for most of Virgos, this will be happening in their 8th house. And I'll also please keep in mind that these videos, those videos are much more accurate for you, for the person who knows their rising or ascendant sign, because it's from the rising and the ascendant sign that all the house placements are made and designed. So if you know your ascendant sign, please check first your ascendant sign video, because that video will give you much more accurate information in what is going on with this new moon. And then of course you can check your sun or your moon sign, so it can give you extra information. But specifically the rising sign, it's how it will determine in which area of your life this new moon will be happening. And again, for you to realize which ascendant sign you have or rising sign, it's again about you going online and doing the birth calculator thing, and you'll see immediately the rising sign information there. So Virgos, this new moon is happening on your 8th house, and it's a new moon in Aries, so it talks about us having to take on our own leadership role. It's about taking charge and initiating things and being brave and being self-present and presenting ourselves outside to that area of your life and taking charge of things and not waiting for things to be handled by any outside circumstance of other person, because it's all about you and all about yourself take on things. So in the 8th house rules death and rebirth. It rules regeneration, transformation, psychological deep issues, emotional containment, sexuality. It's the most intimate, occult, deepest house of occult information. It's the house of the shadow, of fear sometimes, but also of light and how you shed light into that shadow. It's where you merge with the partnership. It's other people's values. It's other people's money. So this house, it's the shadow of your whole natal chart. This house is where you contain all the occult information that outside you hide from the people that you relate to, and sometimes even from yourself. So a new moon happening in the 8th house can give you a lot of new beginnings and promises, connecting with your own sense of um, relating with others, and how that relationship is in connection with your own values or not, and how your values and the values with the people you relate are connected and in alignment with. It's about intimacy. It's about you. If you've been having difficulty in being intimate, in opening up, in showing all your truth, all yourself, because you fear that if someone sees your darker aspects, they will not love you, or they will leave, or they will not like you. Now it's a great time to set your intentions to it and to realize that if someone truly loves you and likes you, they will like every single bit of you. Which actually, this house is the natural house of Scorpio, Pluto. So again, it's our underworld. It's when the relationship goes into the bedroom and people unite and merge on their own sexuality. So if you've been afraid of showing your true self, if you've been afraid of showing you the dark side of the moon, we all have. Now it's a great time to be strong enough and not fear, not having any more than fear, and just show it and not being afraid of it, because you are taking charge of you are taking charge of your shadow. You are taking charge of your own inner demons, and you are confident and aware that if you have a relationship, or in order for you to have a better relationship with anyone, romantic, family, work, friends, whatever, you need to be open and be real and be honest about all aspects of yourself. And the more you try to hide and contain aspects of yourself because you fear people will judge you or people will not like you, the deepest the shadow will grow, and the deepest inner work you'll have to do. So a new moon happening here, it really gives a lot of potential for you to overcome fears, traumas, old baggage, but it's old baggage that it's in your own deep psychological um, mindset, emotional set of fear of being betrayed, of fear of being judged, of fear. And you really need, if you are setting your intentions to this eighth house, one of the main intentions you should put out there is for you to be strong enough to have the power to release fear, to not have any more fear of showing your true nature, and showing your vulnerable emotional side, because the person that it's with you will have, if it's meant to be with you, and if it's real, and if it's real love, um, they will love you with your light and dark side, because you are not one or the other. We are all both. We all have this duality working with us. And the more we try to separate the concepts, the more this duality will show in constant inner conflict and outside conflict with the world. So Virgos, great time to release yourself from deep issues and initiate a whole new cycle of you being much more honest and upfront, and not having a fear of showing who you are, of being able to deepen the bonds within your life and within your emotional self and your relationships, of merging, of having a whole new transformative cycle of how you relate, how you deepen your bonds, and how you sexually merge with another person, how you deal with the money of other people. There's a lot going on in this house. So in whichever way this plays out, this experience of the eighth house plays out for you, it's a great time to do a lot of deep work and initiate big things here. Pisces. So for you, this is happening exactly in the opposite house, in the second house, in the house of material resources, of self-worth, of talents, of financial matters, of work, your determination and constant daily work and achievements you make of your own effort to do things. So a new moon happening here, it's really promising because if you've been wanting to take charge of your own resources, if you're wanting to take charge of your own values and show it to the world and not being afraid to do so because maybe you were lacking confidence to do it, now it's time to do it. It's time to go outside and fight for your rights and fight for your worth. Fight in the sense, not fight, it's about you realizing that you need to show yourself. You need to let people and the world know that you know how much you value. You know how much you are worth. And when that sense of value and worth is self-esteem, it's real and it's there deeply rooted in you, the values outside will naturally come and flow into your life because you will be attracting exactly what you have inside of you. Everything outside is a projection of your own inner self relationship. So if you've been having troubles with self-esteem, with self-worth, with value, but you want to have money and you want to have the financial gains, you need to put your projects out there and have your sense of security. First, you need to work on those issues of the undermining of self-worth. So if you've been feeling like if you've been doubting your own self-worth and self-esteem, it's a great time to initiate a whole new cycle in that sense. And when it's there, your self-esteem and your own sense of value and you knowing how much you value, trust me, the attraction, the law of attraction will work and you'll find new opportunities because new moon is new beginnings. You'll find new opportunities arising in that area of your life. New opportunities showing itself on money, on financial gains, on resources. So it's a great time for you to reflect upon before the new moon happens during this week to reflect upon what is your own self sense of worth. If you are in touch with your worth, if you are undermining your worth, if you don't know how much you're worth, if you don't know what you value, if you know what you value but you're not putting it by fear, again, you're not putting it outside. Aries gives you the boost and the energy to be confident and to not doubt and to go outside and show the world how much value you have. And also, if you have been having trouble being open about your talents, because again, you don't trust yourself, you don't trust your own value, it's a time to begin. I have a whole new cycle beginning there. So it's a time where you can you can set your intentions to uncover and bring to the surface your talents, your possible source of income based on the sense of your own worth and the things you know only you can have to the world. So it's a house of sustainment, of being able to sustain yourself, of survival. So there's a lot of things going on there. And whichever way this place is specifically for you, it's a great time to do much advancements on material um, aspects, but also in inward aspects of self-worth, self-esteem, and talents. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great new moon cycle. I hope you do find your way of alignment and of putting your intentions into your own personal journey and individual path. Because the more individual consciousness we bring, the more we are raising vibrations to the world we hope to have and achieve. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great new moon.